Hello children. In the last session, we have learnt about measuring area and volume. Now in this video, we will learn about moving things around us and types of motion from the lesson Motion and Measurement, Class 6, Science. Learning outcomes. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand about moving things around us, types of motion, combination of motion. Keywords. Rest. The objects that do not change their position with time are said to be at rest. Motion. Change in position of an object over time. Rectilinear motion. The motion of objects in a straight path. Circular motion. The motion of objects along a curved path. Periodic motion. A motion that repeats itself after equal intervals of time. Rotational motion. The motion that occurs when a body rotates on its own axis. Before starting the session, let's look at the concept map. To know about the moving things around us, let's do an activity. Think of some objects you have seen recently. These may include a school bag, a mosquito, a table, people sitting on chairs, or people moving about. The list may also have a butterfly, a dog, a cow, your hands, a small baby, a fish in water, a house, a factory, a piece of stone, a horse, a ball, a bat, a moving train, a sewing machine, a wall clock or the hands of a clock. Which of these are moving? Which are at rest? How will you decide whether an object is in motion or at rest? You might have noticed that the butterfly is not in the same place after some time, while the table is in the same place. On this basis, you can decide whether an object is at rest or in motion. Motion is a change in the position of an object with time. You may have observed the motion of a vehicle on a straight road, march past of soldiers in a parade, or the falling of a stone. What kind of motion is this? Sprinters in a 100-meter race also move along a straight track. In all these examples, we see that the objects move along a straight line. This type of motion is called rectilinear motion. Take a stone, tie a thread to it and whirl it with your hand. Observe the motion of the stone. We see that the stone moves along a circular path. In this motion, the distance of the stone from your hand remains the same. This type of motion is called circular motion. The motion of a point marked on the blade of an electric fan or the hands of a clock are examples of circular motion. The electric fan or the clock is not moving from one place to another, but the blades of the fan rotate and so do the hands of a clock. If we mark a point anywhere on the blades of a fan or the hands of a clock, the distance of this point from the center of the fan or the clock will remain the same as they rotate. In some cases, an object repeats its motions after some time. This type of motion is called periodic motion. To understand this, let's do an activity. Take the stone tied with a string. Hold the string in your hand and let the stone hang from it. This is a pendulum. Pull the stone to one side with the other hand and let it go. Now the pendulum is in motion. It is an example of periodic motion. A branch of tree moving to and fro, motion of a child on a swing. Strings of a guitar or the membrane of drums, tabla, being played are all examples of periodic motion where an object or a part of it repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time. Have you observed a sewing machine? You must have observed that it remains at the same location while any point on its wheel moves with a circular motion. It also has a needle that moves up and down continuously as long as the wheel rotates. This needle is undergoing a periodic motion. Have you observed closely the motion of a ball along the ground? Here, the ball is rolling on the ground, rotating as well as moving forward along the ground. Thus, the ball undergoes a rectilinear motion as well as rotational motion. Points to remember. Motion is a change in the position of an object with time. The motion of objects in a straight line is called the rectilinear motion. The motion of objects along a curved path is called circular motion. In circular motion, an object moves such that its distance from a fixed point remains the same. Motion that repeats itself after some time is called periodic motion. A ball rolling on the ground undergoes a rectilinear motion as well as rotational motion. Thank you.